Hey friends, it's me, Erin, your friendly neighborhood energy alchemist with today's Schumann resonance report for Thursday, August the 14th. I am going to be 100% honest with you. I feel like I have 5 different radio stations on at the same time in my head, and keeping track of where I am and who I'm talking to is getting a little tricky in this moment, so hang out with me. So here is our graph. This is a significant amount of pretty much sustained high vibrational energy that's been coming in for 3 days now. The latest batch started around 7 a.m. yesterday morning. As a matter of fact, I remember doing my report and saying, this little piece right here coming in, man, I don't know. I sure hope it's not more of this big white stuff. It was a lot more of the big white stuff. And that continued the entire day until about 1 a.m. Central this morning, where we dropped down into a far less intense but still present upper chakra energy push. So when we look at the graph, this energy, this is full body. This is everything. This is your whole body getting a finger in the light socket kind of energy. This is big, high vibrational, super inspirational, opening up the doors, trying to get you to embody something new. This is more concentrated in the upper chakras, maybe leaking down to that heart space, but it's mainly, it's up here in the upper chakras. And I'm going to show you because I think this is very purposeful. So this started about 1 a.m. Central, and here's our Italian graph. We are now also getting release energy from those lower chakras. So both of our poles are active. That means our upper and lower chakras are both very active. We are getting new energy and releasing old energy at the same time. Literally everything happening all at once, all together. This started at about 4 a.m. Central Time, this release, and it is increasing as it goes on the graph. So what does this mean for how you might feel? Well, you might feel like everything today. For me, I'm kind of in the state where my body is kind of hitting overload pretty early in the day. This amount of energy is not something that I personally can hold all at once. And what it does is it's kind of like when your circuit breaker flips, right? At some point, usually around 4 or 5 in the afternoon, when we have days like this, my whole body starts to shut down and I literally go to bed at that early in the afternoon. Yesterday was a very challenging day for myself and my family. We did say goodbye to our older dog. But on top of all of this energy and all those emotions, I was in bed asleep by 6 o'clock yesterday afternoon. And don't let that fool you into thinking I actually slept, because I still woke up about every 2.5 hours wide awake and then right back to sleep, and then wide awake and then right back to sleep. With release energy like this today, you want to be mindful because it tends to make us a little bit more spicy, a little bit more reactive than we would normally find ourselves. You don't want to allow someone else's hot mess to drag you down with them. That's a big part of this. But another big part of that, especially since we're still getting it up here in the crown, is the idea that your triggers are really getting pushed on. They're like, hey, we don't want to live down here in the basement anymore. We need to get out of here because the light's getting too bright. And you got to acknowledge us so that we can go, you know? In meditation this morning, the message was very clear. It was all about empowerment. The idea that if someone else is in a bad mood, it ruins your day. It's literally like saying to them, excuse me, sir, I don't like your attitude. So because I want to feel better, I need you to go ahead and change what you're doing. That sounds very Karen-ish, right? And it gives all of your power to that person. You literally just handed the ability to have a good day to that person who's stuck where they are and spinning in circles. And why would we do that? Again, not telling you to ignore people or circumstances around you, but I am telling you, stop engaging with it. Stop having a conversation with someone that you know is going nowhere. You know it's going nowhere. Stop having the conversation. Then you're just going to get sucked into whatever they're messed around with, right? So today is about mindful empowerment, paying attention to where you put your focus, because with a lot of energy like this coming in and that release being pushed on, we're going to be a little bit spicier than usual. So you want to make sure that you give yourself space and time to sort of integrate and soak up all of this energy. All right, here's our cards for today. So my guides are saying a lot of us are feeling a bit out of balance, a bit imbalanced right now. And this is because the tower that we've built around ourselves, telling us that we are not capable of doing things on our own or not worthy of receiving better, is starting to come down, reminding us that self-sacrifice is not necessary. This brings the wheel of fortune spun around in our direction, and the winds of change are facing us. My guides are asking us to notice our inner strength and reach for that instead. This gives us back our feeling of empowerment and opens the door to the brighter future that we are looking for, bringing with it a sense of victory and ownership. I did this. No one did it for me. I did this. But it's going to require us to let go of what we're holding on to, telling ourselves that we have to make others happy first, that self-sacrifice is the only way to go. This is where the change begins. This is where the inner strength begins to shine. This is where empowerment comes from. And this is where the brighter future in victory is going to be found. Look at how bright that sun is this morning. Holy cow. It is going to be an absolutely beautiful day. I am so excited to welcome this day today. Are you? I am. All right, so let's set our intention for the day and get started right here. Are you ready? I am. Let's do it. All right, you're going to take a nice big deep breath in and release. Drop your shoulders and just remind yourself that today is a great day. It is just getting started and you can literally do anything you want today. So don't let anybody else plan out or give anyone else the power to ruin your day. You're in charge, right? So make it a great one. It's a great day, friends. Great day.